guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Weekly Reads, where I talk about the books that I read in the past week and the ones that I'm reading currently. And let me tell you, past week was like a very productive week for my reading life because I finished 2 books and DNF 1 book. Okay, so like 3 books in total. Before we get into that, let me just tell you that if you can hear some background noise, it's because it just started raining cats and dogs right now, and the rain, the droplets of rain are hitting my window pane like, yeah, so it's a bit noisy, but that's okay. Let's get back to our video. The first book that I finished in the last week is this one. Wait, I'm picking it up. It's Hamnet by Maggie O'Farrell, and of course I cannot share my thoughts about this book yet. You have to wait for my thoughts till the Booktube Prize winner is announced, kind of, or like when the next round is announced. And so yeah, Hamnet. And the next book that I read was The Prettiest Star by Carter Sickles. And again, my thoughts are sealed, my lips are sealed, my thoughts are like here in my brain. And we will discuss more on Hamnet and The Prettiest Star after after the Booktube Prize is actually announced. Okay. And the book that I DNF'd, yes, so that's something that I can talk about, because the book I DNF'd is India Unmade by Yashwant Sinha. And yeah, like, so basically I was reading this book. I've been reading this book since the past week, and I just found it super biased. Okay, like when I try to read political nonfiction, I try to, like, filter out a lot of bias that comes along with it. And this one was just 99.99% biased. The reason I say this is because, of course, the author finds faults with the current government, and there's a lot of stuff that he's written in the book. But it felt like a very egocentric book because he's kind of boasting about what he's done as a part of the previous NDA government. Okay, so it just put me off. It just felt like he was just bitter about not being included in the current government, or he was just being bitter in general about his stature in the political party. And yeah, so yeah, like the bias just put me off, and it just looked like an egocentric book, which I was just like, no sir, I don't want to read your book. And I returned the book because that's something good. I hope I get my money back. But yeah, that being said, let's get to the books that I'm reading currently, because this is very exciting, and I am very excited to tell you what am I reading currently. So the book this is me like reaching out to my books, but the book that I'm reading currently, and I'm like maximum through, I'm 60% through this chonky boy, and that's a suitable boy, Vikram said. This was on the back burner for a very long time, but the reason I've picked it up again and I'm like racing through this, because I'm done with, so I've finished this much. Okay, I've finished this much part of the book. I only have this much left now, and that too, it's like tiny print. Like you can see, the print is pretty tiny. And the reason I picked this up, right, like from the back burner, is because the shortlist is going to be announced at 14th, and this chunky boy has been there on my shelf, on my back burner since a long time. I've been reading this book since like 1 month now already, and I have not given it like a serious reading sprint. So yes, I'm aiming to finish this book next by hook or by crook. So I have about 560 pages left in this book, and I plan to finish it ASAP. Hopefully before the Booker shortlist is announced. And that being said, the next book that I'm reading is for the Booktube Prize, and I cannot talk much about it. It is the only pending book that I have in my list, and that's My Dark Vanessa by an author whose name I don't remember. It's here. But yeah, like I'm reading this book currently. This is my last book in the list, and I'm also reading it since I'm like grabbing stuff. I'm reading it on my Kindle right now. So yeah, that's going on. And that being said, let's get to the last book I'm reading currently. Yes, surprising, I'm only reading 3 books because I'm saving myself for the Booker shortlist because I'm going to devour the Booker shortlist. And that's this one. This is Purple Hibiscus by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. And I can talk about this book because I'm not reading it for anything. I'm just reading this for myself. So, couple of reasons I'm reading this is because the first thing is I recently finished a Nigerian book, due to my last, you know, weekly reads. And of course, I cannot talk about that book, but that book kind of, led me into this rabbit hole, and that's why I picked this up because I already own this. And although the author is a problematic author, I acknowledge it 100%. She is not the best author to read, or I would say she is a very controversial author, and she can be like she is anti-trans woman basically. Yeah, there I said it, and it saddens me. But however, I felt like since I already own this book and I bought it before all of this, I decided to read it, especially because I wanted to get into this rabbit hole of Nigerian culture. And yeah, I mean, so far it's so good. It's like I'm just like in the first few pages, like right here. So it's too early to say anything about this, but I hope to finish it soon. Okay, sorry for the abrupt cut. Yeah, like my battery just died, but that's okay. But yes, that's it for my weekly reads. Thank you so much for watching this video till the very end. And yes, this week I will be posting my Booker shortlist. No, not predictions. I'm not going to make a predictions video because I am not well equipped with information to make a predictions video. But I'll be making a Booker shortlist reaction video, reacting to whatever the Booker shortlist actually has. So I'm actually hoping for a few books to be there. By the way, like I'm hoping for The Fortune Men to be there. I'm hoping for Clara and the Sun to be there, and I'm hoping for The Fortune meant to be there because I'm really dying to read the book. Like, as you know, when I'm reading like multiple books at a time, one of them is an audiobook, and this time around I don't have an audiobook started yet, and I want to start with The Fortune Men. So I'm hoping that book look like watching everybody's review videos for The Fortune Men because I want to really know whether The Fortune Men would be a part of the shortlist or not a part of the shortlist. And for now, like many people are stating that yes, The Fortune Men would be a part of the shortlist, but I hope it's a part of the shortlist. Like that's the whole point because I want to read it ASAP. So yeah, that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. That's it, and yeah, see you in my next video, which would be my shortlist reaction. Thank you. Bye.